Yo, YouTube world. Thanks for joining. I'm Gabriel Flores, also known as the one, the only, maybe Lee. We're going to jump right in. I have a very long list of scariest moments in my life compared to most people. I haven't really met, the reason why I say that is because I haven't met a lot of people who even discuss, just some of these types of things in their life. I don't know why people don't talk about it. It's a mystery to me. And so, really it's based off of if they had these moments in their life, they would discuss it and stuff like that. So, based on that, that's why I say compared to most people. And even by my standards, when I was sitting there going through the list and writing down all the moments, I could have kept going and going and going and going and going. Some of the scariest moments I grouped under headings and stuff like that. And I'm just a Mexican American kid who was born and raised in West Jordan, Utah. And really, there's no reason to have all of these things coming after me in my life. And, I don't know. So that's why I'm putting it out there, because it's payback time, basically. I've given the world enough time to recognize the type of person that I am. And, it's not really happening. Things are just getting worse from what I found. And so really it's like the 25th hour and 25th hour to payback time and stuff like that. But the list that I have, I was writing this morning, and I just stopped after like the 10th one, because I just figured, today's thesis is going to be easy. My list of scariest moments in my life is so long compared to most people. I don't remember the last time I even talked to somebody who could relate to me, who I could relate to. And that stuff is so important in this life, to have a battle buddy. And it's something that should just be a part of regular conversation too. Nothing in this life nothing should ever be segregated to behind closed doors. Unfortunately, there are, and that's not my fault, that's not your fault. But there are topics that you can't talk about, that you won't talk about, and stuff that I won't talk about, that's hard for me to talk about, that I wouldn't even talk about anyways. But, there's evil thoughts going through my head and stuff, pressuring me to say, hey, this is wrong, you shouldn't have done this, this is wrong, you need to, this is wrong. And basically torturing you, like, okay, I'm gonna go confess, but all that's wrong. Because, me and you, we're incapable of doing anything really bad in this life. So the stuff that happens to us is just bad. It shouldn't be that way. I envision a world that's way better than this. My kids would be kept safe from all harm. It would just be a good world. No bad would exist. And stuff like that. And at this point in the game, it's not unreasonable to think about, because the way things are going now is unsatisfactory. So to think of a better world it only makes sense. It's only natural. And, it's hard for people to do, because people get attacked over the airwaves when they speak their mind. People always get attacked for talking the truth. And, that doesn't originate with me or you. That originates from above, from these evil spirits that are out there, that have a considerable amount of power and stuff, and ability to have an effect on multiple people and stuff like that. That makes them powerful. But those are the factors that are attacking people like you and me who were just born here, who are this is just our life, and we're gonna be who we are, and they're attacking for who knows what reason, these evil spirits and stuff, and so people are afraid to talk about stuff, and when they do, they get attacked. So that's my theory on why people don't talk about their scariest moments. But even thinking about it at this stage in the game, you don't really have to talk about it. You can just think about it, which is mainly what I did. I just went through basically what I did to locate the scariest moments in my life. Is I went back from day one, a linear timeline of my life, which is when I was born. Not when I was born, but when I first opened my eyes. When I first opened my eyes wasn't when I was born, because when you're born, you come out of your mother's vagina. And I don't remember that. I don't know about you, but I don't remember that. So my linear timeline starts when I first opened my eyes, my first memory, and stuff like that. And so that's what I mean by linear timeline. And I just went through my linear timeline step by step, looking around in there and locating certain moments, specific things that stuck out. And that's how I did that. An example of a scary moment is like a near-death experience, an out-of-this-world vision, hallucinating from different drugs and stuff like that. And just really bad experiences is basically the bulk of what I put down. Near death. My list list consisted of near death experiences, being robbed with a gun, visions, having weird visions that aren't supposed to be there while you're sober, and just thinking about stuff that's just wrong, hallucinating on drugs, and that's pretty much it. So I have a lot of those. Each of those, I have a lot of those. And it's not my fault that, and even the drug part, it's not my fault. I never asked for drugs in this life, and the stuff I asked for is all pleasure and all good, and I was given bad stuff, and so that's where that comes from. And there's forces in this life that are stronger than myself, believe it or not, and that can take full control of my body, can take full control of your body. And those factors exist in this world, and so that's another unfair thing to be noted about this list of scariest things in my life. But I'm just a regular cat from around the way. I don't hold a grudge on these things. I just live life going forward, and I take the cards that are dealt to me. Sometimes you gotta fold, though. Sometimes you gotta fold. Right now, I want to. Right now, guys, real quick, I want to take the time to discuss the finale, though. The finale is coming up in 18 days and lasts 2 days. So from day 18 to 20 is the finale. Day 1 starts tomorrow. The finale is like the mountain in my life, and it features a famous producer. The climax leading up to the finale is like the culmination of my secrets to this life. So it's kind of like mystical and kind of like just kind of out of this world, way out of this world type stuff that I'm trying to do. And so, every day we'll do this. We'll do an episode where I pair together 2 topics, just like we've been doing, where I discuss something personal about me, and then I pair it up with another topic, and I do research if necessary, and we film these 17-minute episodes. But now I want to take the time to segue to another question I was pondering, which is what stars have had near-death experiences? And, there's a lot of stars out there that I knew right off the bat just by knowing their history that probably had near-death experiences based on the type of people that they are, that I've seen and stuff like that, such as gangster rappers, rock and roll stars. And then also you have famous people, which I'm going to go into more detail in a second. But Britney Spears, as you know, guys, was in the news a lot for drugs and partying and stuff back then. So when I ran a search in Google, I just typed in a statement. Stars with near-death experiences include Britney Spears, because based on that, and also Demi Lovato, because I know she has an addiction problem and other stuff like that. And boom, they popped right up. They do have near-death experiences. And that's how I found it. I also included gangster rappers and rock and roll stars, but the search didn't produce anything that made any sense. It was a bunch of gibberish, so I had to delete all of that stuff and just go the stars who have had near-death experiences include Britney Spears and Demi Lovato. Cut out all the other stuff, and boom, it popped up on the second search. But I want to relate to these people because they're stars, and they're important in this life. They play an important role in my life. I don't know about you, but they play an important role in my life. And so, I kind of want to relate to that and kind of have a kumbaya type moment and stuff. But let's go to the first article I found, which was on dailymail.co.uk from the Daily Mail website, entitled, "I Almost Drowned in 6-Foot Waves. Britney Spears Recalls Terrifying Near-Death Experience in Hawaiian Surf." Written by Ellie Genower on August 24th, 2016. And basically, she almost drowned in Hawaii. She was on vacation. She wasn't on drugs or like partying crazy and stuff. And I think, this was like after all of that, because she's been through some rough times, and she has had a period of time where she's been on a different path, a different trajectory, which I'm guessing she prefers the trajectory. And this happened during that time. She said she went underwater, the water pulled her under, and she went unconscious, then she came back conscious, and then it pulled her back down again. And the way she went unconscious is the water drowned her to unconsciousness the first time. She woke back up, and then the water drowned her to unconsciousness again a second time and a third time. And she just said in the article, she just said she was wondering where her security was at, if she was going to make it out alive. And she was wondering that as she was going back and forth. It sounds like being waterboarded. If you guys are familiar with that torture technique, it sounds like that's what it was. And, now she just said she's happy to be alive. She was putting out a record and stuff like that, according to the article. It's scary stuff, but it's kind of interesting, too, to talk about. It's not just like a negative, bad thing, because she survived, but what do you take from it? What does it mean? How do you make sense of all that, other than just going on the radio and saying, yo, I almost died? Is that all it means, or what? So I think it's up to us, the individual, to harness those moments, because as you've seen now, God is latent, and it's up to us to do it, and stuff like that. So is what I'm thinking on stuff like that. It's up to us to infer, to gather, surmise what we think from it, and take action based on that. And so, I'm still searching. I'm still searching for that myself. And the second article from MSN.com, the webpage is Wonderwall, entitled Demi Lovato addresses overdose and thanks God for keeping her alive, quote unquote. Written by Wonderwall.com editors on August 5th, 2018. And in the article, it talks about the Instagram post that she put out after she was released and feeling better after this overdose. And it just talks about the article, how she was thanking her fans for her support, and that she's been battling drug addiction for a long time. And it was just this year, and just following a release of one of her albums, she fell back down a bad path and back down, the path of addiction and stuff. And it was a real scary moment for her, where somebody found her she was overdosed on a bunch of narcotics and stuff, and they had to use the reversal drug Narcan on her, according to the article, to bring her back to life and to save her life. So she's right now, she's in a very delicate moment. And I just hope people around her, and I hope that she is mustering the strength to get past it and try to move forward, because it's a dangerous time right now. And so, guys, that's everything I have for you today. Check my other episodes, and have a good day. Bye.